Yeah.
I know.
All right. So, no, someone else going live. Let me see in a different group. I don't know how I can, let's see.
I'm dark.
If somebody is there, do you want to tell, you know what, let me text. I'll text Dina. Oh, she's going to be in, she was teaching. She was going to watch the replay. Let me text Jen. I'm trying to look in Beautifully Polished.
Yeah, I don't see it yet either, Debbie.
Okay, hang on. My only fear is, hang on. I want to see something. I have this connected to my YouTube, so we can put it on YouTube after. I can't imagine. Oh, yes, we are live in YouTube.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Can't say I've done that before.
Hi, YouTube.
So hang on.
I'm not the one.
What's that? I
I'm
wonder
not
if
the
I
one.
should send everybody the YouTube channel in Beautifully Polished, or if I should, you know what, I think I will. I think that's just the,
Yeah.
let's see.
That or a Zoom.
Yeah, we can do Zoom. I thought it was kind of fun to try a new avenue, but
yeah.
in Zoom they can't watch live. We have to record it and then put it out. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Or they have to hop in the Zoom. So
Gotcha.
let me see. I'm going to post this in here. Maybe it'll get more people on the YouTube, our YouTube channel. All right, I'm going to see if that works. All right, let me, hang on, I'm going to message the leaders.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Hey, you guys, I am trying to go live with Kassie and Janice, but it's popping up into my YouTube channel. Will you go to Beautifully Polished on YouTube and see if you can see us live in there? All right, we'll see if that works, because it's still showing one person watching, which could be us. Could be me watching it right now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm not on YouTube. I'm just on the Facebook page, and it's not on there yet, obviously.
All right, so if we can't do this, I mean, I guess our backup could be a Zoom. Let's see. Glad we're live right now chatting about it, though. Anybody who watches this later, sorry about the replay.
Tell us what you're doing.
Sorry.
My series is going to work for the first time.
The only other thing I'm thinking, okay. See, I put it, okay, if not. Sorry, you guys. Because I even practice it into my own Facebook group. I have a Facebook just to like set up for myself, but nobody's in. And I sent one. Oh, I can see you. I followed the link from BP. Okay, so Darlene's in. Oh, but Dina can't. Okay. Do you see me talking on my phone? Me talking to you right now? Is that what you're seeing?
I see a post on now. I'm blurry. No,
Janice is very blurry.
I'm not in very good signal. I'm in Colorado this week, so.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we are going to, let's see. Oh, there we are. All right. So Darlene, if you're there, will you type a comment and then I'll know you're there. Now I'm going to hear myself. Okay, we're gonna go out of there. Okay, so we are going to do it from here, you guys. So then it'll be in our YouTube channel, which is where I transfer it to anyway when we're done. All right, so welcome Beautifully Polished. And it's a little different today. We're going through YouTube by accident instead of into our team page. But that's okay because it's ending up on our team YouTube channel, which is where I ultimately put things anyway. So I'm super excited today, you guys. It is the second day of the month. And we had lots and lots of promotions on our team. And as you guys know, every promotion is a big deal, whether it's, you becoming a BQ stylist to a senior stylist, to a team leader, to a director, senior director, executive director, senior executive director, whatever it is, they're all important, right? But today's promotions are a little bit different. And the reason I'm calling these two ladies to come and talk to you guys is many people have the desire to get to executive level. If you're many people who decide to take on leadership want to get to executive level, and they want to get to executive level because that's where you can start to make bigger amounts of money with your team and generation bonuses. So I have found that, since I've been in it from the very beginning, I hear from people, well, I should have got in when you got in because now it's too late. I could never be an executive. Or they see other executives on our team. Well, they've been here a long time. Well, that's why they can do it. That's why these two ladies are going to change your thinking for not just you, but people you are talking to about the business. Because like I said, I've had people come to me and say, nope, I'm not going to do it. I should have done it when you started. So today I have Kassie Hamaker and Janice Hayes. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
And these two amazing women are going to share their stories with you. They just signed, well, I'm going to let them tell you when they signed up and all of that. They have not been in the business that long, and they accelerated the process to become executive directors this month. They promoted on September 1st. So use this story to inspire you. Use this story to inspire your team. Use this story to inspire people you're talking to. Remember, when we're sharing things about the business, we can't always relate to every person, right? But if we know stories of people who have done it, we can share that. I can't relate to everybody's why of why they started Color Street, but I could share maybe someone's why that's going to be more relatable to the next person. So a person who says, well, I should have started it back when you did, you can say, well, I can tell you a story of a couple ladies who joined, and I'll let them tell you that, not that long ago, and listen to their story. Or maybe you don't care if you ever become an executive, but you bring someone on your team who really wants to executive and they want to get it right away. And you share the story and you can share with them what these two ladies did. So I'm super excited to introduce them. So what I'm going to do is I kind of have questions for them. And I guess we'll have Kassie answer and then Janice answer. So Kassie, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you, and your direct sales experience, and if you had any prior to this, and when you started with Color Street.
Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. I actually started with Color Street in February, actually February 15th. And I'll back up a little bit. I've always had multiple avenues of income since I was 18. I love to have my hands in multiple things, and I thrive on that. So I was in a little lull, and we have a family business, and we own a landscaping company we've had for over 20 years. I'm a mom of 3. They're 12, 9, and 5, and we have a small farm. I show and raise Brittany's, which are dogs, if you guys don't know what Brittany's are. And I also have an extensive volunteer commitments with all of my children's sports, hobbies, and all the things we do. So I'm so busy, but I had a little lull over the winter, and I'm like, okay, I need that, third avenue of things, because I've been without something like that for a while. So Color Street entered in February. I obviously knew COVID was probably going to hit at some point in time. I'd been looking at several other direct marketing companies or party companies over the last 6 months. And I'm like, what better time for my avenue of, that I work with and that I'm around, and my friends, which all of my dog friends love their nails getting done. So I'm like, perfect. So with sales experience, I was an insurance agent for about 8 years. I was working in the insurance industry for 10 years. So I was a licensed insurance agent. And I also was with another MLM company about 10 years ago, prior to Color Street. So that's my little story.
That is awesome. Awesome. So if you heard that, you guys, she joined in February. She's a busy, busy mom, so Color Street has fit into her life, and she's been able to do it, obviously. We talk about doing it, part-time, full-time, big time. She's been able to do it big time throughout what some people would say was such a hard time of quarantine.
Yeah.
So, okay, awesome. Janice, did you redo yourself? I think she did. Hang on.
Yeah.
We have 2 Janices. There we
There
go.
she is.
Oh, that's better lighting. All right. So thanks, Kassie. Janice, why don't you tell us about you?
So basically I didn't know what I got into. So Kassie sucked me in, and I was like, I don't really do glitter, and I just want my nails to stop hurting, and I need to fix my nails. So honestly, I just was like, okay, maybe I'll get a discount because I'm going to be hooked to these after I tried it. And so she was like, why don't you? I posted something, it went crazy, and she's like, why don't we sell these? So we made it happen really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I studied. Casey, can you hand me the books? I studied. Once I got my kitten, Casey, she just had to come save my internet. That's why y'all can see me now. I studied. I didn't know what I was doing, but then I was like, how does this all work? And that became my Bible. And I was just like, I want to make this work as much as it can, because I've done the same thing for 30 years and I'm tired and I want to stay home more. And I saw this as an opportunity to actually stay home, enjoy life a little bit, work from my couch, as opposed to on the road like I am now for 7 weeks now. So I'm tired, and I want something that I can build so I can have a future where I can actually learn to enjoy life a little bit more and slow down. So for me, it was a little different. I had no plans on doing this. I've never sold anything like this. So for me, it was just like, okay, this sounds fun. So I kind of jumped in and then got hooked really fast. And Kassie has walked me through everything at like 4 a.m, 3 a.m. A lot of work, but I've really enjoyed it. So I think I've kind of slipped into it as opposed to her having a plan. So it's anyone can do it if they actually listen and learn. And the training this company has is amazing. So it definitely makes a big difference.
And I love that you two have different stories. I love that Kassie had direct sales experience, but Janice did not. So it shows both can work. Both, you can take your experience, or you don't have to have it to get to this place. And you kind of glossed over, but we're going to talk about your sales too in a second. But so Janice has been on the road for 7 weeks showing dogs. Yeah. Meanwhile, still promoting, keeping up her sales, keeping up her enrolling, keeping up her team. So that's pretty impressive too, right there.
Yeah.
So let's go to that, you guys. Why don't you share with us kind of, you don't have to go through every month unless you want to go through every month, but tell us a little bit about what your average sales are each month and your sales and your enrolling. Well, actually, let's do sales first. Tell me about your sales and where your sales come from. Are you doing in-person, online, VIP group, lives? What type of things do you do for your sales to achieve that? And then we'll do enrolling after.
Mine kind of blipped out, so I'm not sure. Did Janice say when she started then?
Did you say when you started, Janice?
Not yet. April.
Okay.
halfway through.
Kassie started in February and Kassie enrolled Janice in April, both of them promoting 1st of September.
Janice enrolled mid-April, so she was exactly halfway through. So it wasn't even the full month when she started, but before we get to the sales thing, so that way she can share that. But
Yeah.
The sales aspect of things, being a mom, and I keep my social media at a smaller scale just because I like to post a lot about my children. So I when I stopped professionally handling dogs, I took a lot of my social media people out that I didn't have direct relationships with because of my children. So my market is very small on my Facebook page. So with that, I started with my VIP page, very small scale with my sales. My first month, my goal was obviously because I had a lot of stuff going on in my family that month. So my goal that month was just to BQ because I knew in March I'd be launching my business because of everything, coming in, and all COVID stuff and all that good stuff. And I knew my friends would be needing acrylic nails in the dog show world. So my sales the first month were just to BQ. I think it was like $400 or something, I had 2 weeks and that's what my goal was. The next month, my goal was to get, over 1,000 in sales. Cause again, I was working on a very small VIP page with 50 maybe people in it. And then when everything started exploding, all my dog show friends started, of course, taking my invites into Color Street, me reaching out to them and talking to them. So my goal after that, obviously breaking down the comp plan with everything with Color Street, I knew my goal every month from then forward after my business started would be 2,400 to maximize my benefit. So from then on, I've always done over 2,400. Some months have been over 3, some months have been over 4. It's just, but my goal is always 2,400 for me personally. But then we have Janice.
Well, 2,400 is nothing to just
No,
not
at all.
That is getting the top level of the comp plan, right?
Yeah.
Janice is a little bit on a different plane with her sales.
It's weird. I don't know why, but it's just I do get a lot of people asking me, know all those people. I do know all those people. I have been in the same business for 30 years. So I've lived on the East Coast, Midwest, West Coast. So I know a lot of people and for a long time. And I know we all had acrylic nails because we all would get our nails done. And that's what keeps the dogs from biting our nails. So we would have that. And so we were all sitting at home, not being able to go anywhere. So I just invited everyone I knew and was like, I know these people have nails and we're just going to invite them. And they just jumped in. I mean, I now know how not normal it is because Cassie's like, it's not normal. This is not normal. Like, I don't think this is going to keep up. I was like, I don't either, but we're just going to go with it. And so, I mean, it's been a little ridiculous, but I'm not arguing with it at all. But it's just been more Facebook posting. I do parties, but I don't feel like I'm great at parties. So I really try to stay great in my VIP group because I really try to reach out and send messages and make it personal because I just feel like I lack in the party department. So I try to make sure my VIP group is spot on because I do want to keep my customers. And then I keep it rolling with my customers. So it's kind of like, don't lose my customers. But it's definitely, it's not normal. I know that. So it's a little.
Tell us what your sales, because some people probably know your sales, but other people watching may not.
It's a lot. It's like, it averages the monthly is about 12,000, which.
And your highest was what?
I think
18.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
And she's been number 1 in the company with that. So, okay. So that is not a normal VIP group, right? I mean, normally you're kind of adding in with your VIPs.
Right.
That's what I do.
Parties.
Yeah, that's what I do. My base is parties. I try to do 8 to 12 parties a month. So my $4,000 a month, I would have 12 parties, but I am booking parties from parties from parties. That's what I'm constantly doing because my market is smaller with my Facebook personal page and my VIP page. I don't have the thousands of friends like Janice does, which is wonderful, but I have to start with what I have. And so it's really focused on parties and booking those parties and playing party games in parties and getting all of that to get what I want. So.
Okay, so yours is parties, booking parties from parties. Janice, you're more VIP group.
Yeah.
You're booking about 8 to 12. Janice, how many people are in your VIP group? Just so people can have an idea.
I think like 1,000 or 1,200, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
right?
They're still buying a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, and they're buying a lot. So they definitely come back. And I sell a lot in person too. So,
Okay, I wondered that. When you're on the road, can
I
you
have-
sell at all these events?
and I've got
Okay.
people with me, so my customers that have bought from me know they can come to my setup and get stuff from me and then pay me that way. So I'm doing a little bit of both. So I didn't know. I mean, those product credits are fantastic.
Right.
Really get a good amount. So I was like, oh, okay. So I've got plenty to sell there too. So I've
Sure.
had on this trip, it's been good.
And you're fortunate in that area because a lot of people right now can't book vending events.
Right.
So the fact that you get to there, in a sense, it's a vending event as you're going to different locations. Are you traveling across the whole country or mainly out west?
No, everything's closed out west. So I've been South Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, Wisconsin. Casey's listing them off for me. It's Kansas, and now we're in Colorado and Utah this weekend. So it's a lot. So I get to be home next week. So I'm very excited about this to play catch up.
Oh, good.
So
Good. Yeah. All right. That's so. I love how your stories parallel, but they're showing people the different things they can do. Okay, how about enrolling? Tell us a little bit about how many people you guys enroll on an average. How do you find people to enroll? Because obviously you have to be enrolling a good amount. You know, we talk about to maintain your rank, you enroll one person a month. To have explosive growth, 2 people a month. But you guys have had supersonic explosive growth. So you obviously are enrolling more than 2 a month on an average. And your teammates as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
The day I enrolled, one of my close friends, and I've worked with her in several avenues of business. She enrolled that day. In March, the beginning of March, I had somebody that was interested in enrolling in our dog community, and she enrolled. And then my focus was really looking for runners. I knew that they wouldn't know that they were runners, but I wanted to have people to start because I'm always a big or go home kind of girl. And so when I do something, I'm always gangbusters with it, and I like fast. So that's me personally, and that's how I operate. So in March, I was just assessing, okay, who has great avenues and who has reached out or who has shown. And Janice reached out to me when her nail, she's like, okay, tell me about this. I had a couple other people on our team and another one that I've got on my team, Kristen, and she is a big runner too. And both of my legs that initially started in March didn't realize that they would love this as much. And they thought that they weren't going to be good salespeople. And they told me they weren't going to be good salespeople. And they were like, I don't think I want to do this, Kassie. Sorry. And they said no. So that's important for people to hear too. When people say no, it just means that second, don't not ask them unless they're like, get a grip and stop,
Right.
you know? I mean, so, and then after they tried it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so never take no's. And I think that's a lot that people get hung up on, especially if they don't have a background of doing something like this. They're intimidated by a no. So never be intimidated. It's just that second, as you guys have all said in numerous trainings before. And with that, my main focus was then the 2 enrollees in April, which were, Janice and Kristen, and I worked hand in hand with them. And then from then on, my goal is always 2 a month. Some months I've had 4, some months I have 6. It just really depends because I've planted so many seeds. Because anybody that's bought more than twice from me, I'm talking to. I'm offering a party or the business, and I'm giving them a choice. If they're not sure what they want, it's always going to be a party for them, and they may have converted at some point in time to the business. And I've had a lot of people like that too. I've met people in parties that have just jumped in and never tried it and enrolled, and now they're doing great. I've had people that have hosted and then flipped during their party. So really, it's just always offering it and never putting that stereotype when you're meeting with somebody, because your opinion of something could be drastically different and you never know. So offer both and let them choose because it's their decision ultimately, and it has to be. So that's what I do.
So you say you're offering that after they've purchased from you twice. Do you want to share your verbiage of what you say to people after they've ordered from you twice?
Yeah. Yeah, if they've ordered once, I will check in with them and see, how their order went, that kind of thing, and reach out to them, especially, obviously the full formula that all of us have trained on and with Color Street. But once they place that second order, I'm dropping them their personal message and saying, okay, you clearly love the product, do you know? And I offer both, and I make it very, very casual. If you make it salesy, I personally am a salesperson. I don't want to be sold to, and I'm a salesperson. So if you make it personal and you talk to them and you care more about just selling it or making them enroll and care about them also in conversation and talk to them just like they're a friend or a brand new customer, just to make that relationship, that's what's huge. People don't want to be sold to. So if you make it light and easy, that's what happens. So I plant that seed, and then whether they say yes or no at that time, they've planted the seed, and it's going to come back and flourish at some point in time if they love this product, because it sells itself. So you just plant the seeds, you make it light, you have a conversation, and don't make it salesy, just make it easy. And people are like, oh, it's a totally different mindset. It's not, sorry for any Amway users, Amway or some of these other, direct, things. And you just
hey, girl.
But sorry if anybody, I've sold so many things over the years, so I'm not knocking it, but every company's got a different mindset. And I think that's also a stigma with the word party also. It's just all those different things, and it's people's perception of something. And if you put different things out there, like it's salesy, or use the word parties, or use the word, do you want to do the business? People are intimidated by those things, especially if they're not outgoing like me, because I am just high energy, and I want to make it light to be like anybody if you want.
All right, we lost you. You froze a little bit there, but I think we got your ending. So you're making it light with them, and just Okay. All right, great. Thanks, Kassie. And how about you, Janice?
For me, I don't feel like my strong suit is parties. So I always, if someone's bought from me twice, I throw it out there. Like, you love this. You might as well be selling it yourself. And they're sharing the photos. If they're doing everything we're doing, just like all the training, I offer it to them. I like to do it before I offer a party. I'm like, so you obviously love this. You obviously want to share it with your friends. You could be doing this yourself. And if they're kind of like, I'm like, okay, let's party and see how your customer base would react to you. And my thing is, I don't want to take their commission if they're going to have a strong customer base. So, and that's how I kind of sell it. It's like, you could do this party and earn free nails, or you could sell it yourself, earn the commission, and the free nails can be yours to start with, and I just help get you going. And I just feel like I've had a lot of no's, but I don't take it personally. It's not, and for me, I just feel like you want to offer it, because why not? Someone offered it to me, and look how great it's going. It's so you can take it and you can work as hard as you want. You can put an hour a day. You can put 4 hours a day. You could do every minute you have a free time on your phone, like some people do. But I mean, it's a lot. But you can do it at any level, and I don't feel shameful. Like, I feel a lot of people feel like ashamed to ask people, and there's no shame in it. Like, it's just sharing it, and they can say no, and it's like, great. Don't get mad when you're seeing how much money I'm making and you didn't jump in. So, it's things, and I feel like a lot of people just put a lot of weight on asking. And to me, I would rather get someone's group set up than throwing a party, because to me, the parties, I just don't have the hang of still. And so I feel. And so for me, I'm just like, these people don't want to hear from me. They want to hear from you. So let me help you get going. And they can hear from you in your own group. And if I'm keeping a party, I've had one party that one person bought $11 from. As soon as we flipped her page, she hit her jumpstart in like 2 weeks. You want to buy from me. You want to buy from her. And so, it's like kind of, I was BSing a little bit. I'm like, they don't want to buy from me. They want to buy from you. Thank God it worked, because I don't know what's happening. Like, I was freaking out on the inside, but it worked. And it's just an opportunity. If it doesn't work out, what do you lose? You don't lose anything.
No.
So I just think a lot of people get caught up on they've got to ask. And it's like, don't make it so big that it's scary. because it's not. It's just like having a conversation. Hey, you want to jump in on our team? We're having a lot of fun. If you don't, no big deal. I had one person, Donna, I asked her 4 times. I'm like, you're doing everything and above. So why not just jump in and join it? And then she finally did. And I was like, and she's like, I know.
I know. I don't want to say I told you so, but
couple were hard-headed in the beginning, but it's
like when Janice and
go.
No, go.
I was
just gonna
like, make sure we're all having fun. It's just, and
Mm-hmm.
that's, if it starts feeling like a job, like it's gonna feel like a job here and then. If it's gonna start feeling like a job, but we have a team that we all support each other. We have fun. We cheer each other on. We have team chats that are just, I mean, everybody kind of knows each other, but then they're like, oh my God, I do remember you. Or, it's just like, so there's from all avenues, but in some way they all know each other one way or the other. So we've just made a team chat that we all can help each other out. It's fun. If someone's date them up, like, so I just feel like if it's more than just, I want your numbers, nobody wants to be on that. Like, so if you're asking, I want you in the business, I need the numbers, I need someone to enroll this month. If it gets desperate, they feel it. So if it's fun,
yes, they do.
They don't feel pressure, and then it's fun. And whatever we do is just an added bonus. So I think, like, this month, I didn't think I was going to hit this level. And then all of a sudden, a couple of people did. I was like, oh my God, I might actually be able to do this. So, it was just like, but it wasn't.
Told you.
Yeah. She was like, you're going to do it by August. I was like, you're full of it, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, but then things started happening, and people that had just joined in started hitting. And I was like, wow, I think I can do this. So it's just, but there wasn't the pressure of like, so-and-so, you need to hit this, and so-and-so, there just wasn't that pressure. And I think if you just don't pressure people and it's easy, and it's like, if you want to, great. If you don't, no big deal. It's a lot easier for everyone. So.
Well, and you also didn't share how many people you enroll on an average.
I know I've enrolled 38 since April. So whatever that average is, a little much.
Yeah,
but
that's high.
Yeah,
it's a lot. So, I've never done anything like this, and people see if I can do it, they can do it.
Right, and that is, I mean, that is inspiring to people. Well, she never did direct sales, but right. I mean, there's many people on our team that had never done it, and you're seeing them in the same thing, hitting executive, hitting senior director. So it is a job that people can learn for sure.
Yeah. No,
Kassie, you wanted to add something to that?
Yeah, back when Janice enrolled, I think it's important too, when you enroll, is just really jumping in and listening to what they want with this too. I mean, because some people like Janice are not going to realize that they can do this. Janice flat out told me, when dog shows start, Kassie, I'm done. Okay. I'm just doing this because you told me to do it, because my page is going crazy and wanting to buy from you. Because I was like, you're signing up today. My feed is going crazy. These are your people, and so that's how I enrolled her. And so she's replicating that on down with what she does, but it's really important for people to realize you're listening to them. And what I do is, every person that comes in, I'm giving them a baby step, because this is overwhelming for somebody that's never done this before. So having all of this information, all of the potential, it's overwhelming. And so if you give them baby steps, like, okay, this is your first goal. This is what I did with Janice. And this is what I've done with all of my enrollees. This is your first goal. If they've hit it right then, I give them the next goal. Like, I'm constantly giving them the next goal. And right about the time that they're going to pop with that first one, I'm giving them their eye set that they can see the next goal is right there. And that's how I work with all of my enrollees to keep going forward, is I'm giving those baby steps to them. Because if you give them the whole picture and say, have fun, it's so much fun, they're going to be like, whoa, you have to give them those baby steps, unless they're like type A alpha. And then after Janice saw those baby steps and achieved, she was like, here, I'm reading because I want to learn more, because then she had a taste of it, so those things are important, not just to enroll somebody and be like, here's this information. Let me know if you have questions, because if they're prideful like me, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm going to dive in and find it myself. So, that's, and everybody's different that way. So that's what I want to add.
Well, so that's good. So let me ask you, when you give them goals, are you giving them like jumpstart goals? Are you giving them volume goals, enrolling goals? What type of goals do you give them? Because it kind of leads into my next question of what do you do with your people? Because obviously you can't be an executive without other people promoting as well. So you can come in and enroll 8 and 10 and 12 people, but you also have to be teaching them to be doing the same thing. So what are you doing?
I always, in my welcome, my personal, as soon as they enroll, I am getting that link set up for them and I'm walking them through either it's on Messenger Voice or on the phone or something, because that's important. I didn't know about that when I enrolled. And so I want everybody to realize, get that shopping link set up, for everybody, and you get that prominently placed and you share it, because people are going to be curious. And then we immediately get their Facebook group set up. We give them the option. Do you want to set it up yourself, or would you like us to get this done for you? And we have a system for that. And that way, some people want to do it, but then they have busy work commitments or family commitments going on. And that thought of doing a VIP setup is harder in their mind than what it really is. So taking, 10 minutes for us to do it for them is not a big deal. And that's how we're able to onboard them and give them the avenue right off the bat to start making things successful. And then their goals, we break it down for them. BQ is this, jump starts do this. Those are important because then when people start seeing different potential small scale, they're like, oh, and 1,000 when you first enroll, unless you're Janice, seems overwhelming because you're like, these are $11. How am I going to hit $1,000 in 35 days? And so if you break it down for them and you just encourage them as they go, it makes it easy. And then they realize they can attain, these are all attainable goals, for them. We have a news Facebook thread, and I use that for my enrollees. And then I have a newbie thread. So all of my brand new enrollees now go into the newbie thread also. And I share basic information. So instead of 6 different people and 6 different messengers and 6 different phone conversations every day when they have questions, it's in one thread, because somebody's going to have a question and 2 days later somebody might have the same one, and it's all been answered right there. And it's a piggyback system, and they're all learning to help each other. They're building relationships in a team right there with each other. And then after that 30 days jump start and they've hit it, then I take them out of that newbie thread because I know that they're comfortable. They've hit a jump start. They've gotten confidence. They can move forward, and they're in the regular team thread. And now they're helping people in that, so it's a system that's been slowly, we're developing things obviously as our team, grows. But it's really important for people to feel like they can come someplace and ask questions and have support and not have stupid questions, because everybody starts and they're like, this is stupid. I'm sorry. And it's not stupid because I'm still learning every day with this company. We all learn. And if you're not learning, you're not growing. So, it just makes people feel safe that they can have some place to ask. And they're not trying to search for it and spending hours or 30 minutes trying to find one answer themselves. It's right there for them and they can ask a question. So I think that's what's helped all of our team on board and have that support system there and be embraced with everything in their questions. So.
Yeah, I like that idea. So you're taking anyone from your entire organization as an executive, goes in the new thread.
Mm-hmm.
It broke up. I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
I said you take anyone in your whole organization into your new thread.
In my new thread. So like for me, if I didn't have Janice, it would be the whole organization. With Janice, she keeps her team in her own thread. When I first enrolled, all of the enrollees were getting into my thread because that way I was able to train everybody. We answer their questions right off the bat. Now Janice and other people have broke off, and we've taken those people and put them in their own. Like Janice had her own thread. Kristen's got her own thread, and so now it's my direct enrollees. But then also I've got a direct enrollee newbie thread. So anybody that also may not have a team yet, all of their people are going there too. So that way I'm to onboard everybody that doesn't have an executive or a director, above them. It's all coming here with me. So I'm able to work with them and answer questions in one spot for them to find it. And I think that helps too, especially as you guys know that are higher up than us and have been doing this forever. Your organizations are huge. And it's just our way, this current system. That we're able to onboard people and make it replicatable down and people not feel overwhelmed like they can't be us and they quit. Because if you break it down small for them, they're able to see the baby steps. It's like, like that movie, like What About Bob or whatever, like, baby steps, because if you see the big picture, you're like, But if you baby step things, people are like, I really think I can have this goal. I really think I can be an executive. I really think I could, do these things of why they may have joined, so, and it's just breaking it down simple, making them feel like they can come someplace and ask questions, and we're able to be right there with them and work with our team. And in the meantime, our relationships as a team have grown and deepened because they know they can ask us for some intimidating. You guys may be intimidating to them because you're, Debbie and Dina and Amanda and things like that. And they may not want to ask questions, but now they're building that relationship in our community that they're able to ask and not feel stupid. So
that's awesome. So Janice, I assume you follow then the same.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add to that, of anything you do with new?
I do a lot of one-on-one too in the beginning. I just try to warn you, you're gonna get a lot of emails. You're gonna get a lot of stuff coming at you, and it's overwhelming, and it's okay to feel like it's overwhelming. And then I give them the, getting the party link set up, we get their stuff, and then I give them like a day or two of just processing it. Because I feel like, because I know for me, it all came at me so fast, and I was like, what have I done? Because it was just so much information of no idea. So I really pushed the training videos. I listened to them when I first started. I binge listened to everything. So I didn't know what any of it meant. And so then, once I started figuring it out, I went back and listened again. And then it started making sense. Because I was like, okay, whatever that was. But I listened to it all. And I am someone that I don't ever want to feel dumb. It's just, and Eric yells at me all the time because he's like, you're not dumb. You just don't know what you're doing yet. And I'm like, I know, but I feel dumb. So I go and I listen to everything. If there's a training, when I'm grooming dogs, I have my headphones in and I am listening to something somewhere from somebody. It's either connected up, or training, or beautifully polished, or anything. I'm always listening to learn more about it. I knew nothing walking into it. And so I want my people to know when they come to me with a question, I'm going to know the answer, or I'm going to get it for them. So I feel like I really try to stay ahead of the game a little bit, but I'm always trying to learn more. And I think that's what our team definitely is learning. Those training videos are awesome for people that have no idea what they're doing. So it's things like that. I'm always trying to find more information. So I think those in the Zoom meeting, sitting in there, listening to them. Usually I'm driving when they're going, so I can't necessarily be on camera, but I'm listening and I'm hearing everything and I'm taking it in. So I think that is really important to get going.
And we always promote that, right? The being a lifelong learner and always, because nobody knows every answer, right? And everybody has a different style. So the more you watch and listen, many of the things you guys have said, I mentioned it in like our Let's Get Started or Strong Start calls. But one of the things you said was, I too have to listen to it, but it makes no sense till I go do it. And then I have to go back.
I can listen. Yeah.
I definitely have to put it in practice or it just goes like this. But, you have some experience walking into it then and then backtrack.
Yeah.
So I'll ask one more question, and I know you guys have to get on with your days. So what advice would you give to somebody who wants to get in and they want to get to work right away and they want to build a team and they, what do you feel really has helped you promote so far? What advice would you give them? Or so fast, I mean.
Yeah, I came into this knowing I wanted to make it explosive. So I had that mindset. So I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. In high school, I worked 3 jobs, unless it's track season, and I worked 2, so in college, I worked 3 jobs, so I am a workaholic and I wanted to have this level fast. And so I knew it was going to take a lot of time. So I invest a lot of time. I invest a lot of time in mailings. I do a lot of time, a lot of time just working with, and that takes a lot of time as my team. And I focus on my team because without my team, I wouldn't have gotten this promotion. Every single person on my team made a difference for me in every single promotion I had. And so without giving back and setting things up and putting things in place for them, I wouldn't be here. So if you're wanting to move fast, you just have to make sure that you're willing to set time aside to work fast and work hard, so.
Yeah, he froze.
Kristen's on the East Coast. A lot of my team is in the Midwest, so it's me there and helping them when they needed stuff. And so, it's some people, it's not able to be replicated like that. But for me, that was a sacrifice for me. I was willing to give up because of my goals. So that's my advice. Work hard, if you want to move this fast, so.
Right. It's very true.
It's You're not going to any level. I mean, you could.
Yeah. You can't expect to work 1 or 2 hours a week and all of a sudden be promoting to an executive.
Yeah.
No.
And for me, it's the baby goals, like just having little goals along the way and just really trying to accomplish those. And I still have to learn how to celebrate those goals because I haven't done that yet. But it's just it's work. It's a lot of work. But our team is very competitive, and that gives us an edge. And I tell them,
it does.
We see rankings. It is something in our blood that makes us be like, I can do that. And it's something that first month when I was up there in a ranking, I was like, I have to hit number 1 once. It just has to happen. I'm like, I'll do whatever I have to do. And it's just one of those things that we just have it in us. And my team is the same way. We are all competitive and we're hard on ourselves. And we have to ease up a little bit because we don't have that much control. But you got to work and you got to hustle and you got to do it without a desperation. And I think that's where it's just got to be a little easy and a little fun. And then that little bit of competitive edge where you just say, okay, today I'm going to work 3 hours on this. And today I'm going to work on 2 hours on this. And that's where the little things mean more to your customers than the big things. So when you write your little notes and you do all that and you think it's not making a difference, it's making a huge difference. And they come back to you for that reason. And so, and we all have inner circles that all buy from each other. And so it's okay. And it's not, we can't own people. And if people want to spread the love, let them spread the love. And that's just one of the things that we just kind of really want to push, that there's so many people out there that haven't even heard of it yet, and that we just reach out to them. And if they say no big deal. It is what it is. That's their choice. And we get to choose if we want to work harder or sit back and just enjoy what we're doing now. So it's just kind of a figure out what your goals are going to be and then start hitting them and holding yourself accountable. I've got a couple of people that keep sending me a message. This is what I'm doing this month. And when they hit it, we're like, yes, you did. So Lois was like, I'm going to beat you on the first day of the month. And I was like, all right, let's do it. She's like, I did it. I was like, and you're the first one on the team and you did it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
She's just one of those people that she's like, I'll get the director. I'm going to get there. And sure enough, she just hit that this month and she's like, okay, now what? So now we're going to go and get her next goal going. It's just, those goals really help get you on a path and give you an avenue to look at farther ahead. And studying that little book that comes in the kit was the best thing for me because I'm like, oh, I can do this. So, and then have a Kassie. If you have a Kassie, you're going to go somewhere.
Stop.
She's like, we hit executive director. She's like, okay, we did this. So, your executive.
I was going to say, do you guys have your next goal written down?
Yeah.
We hit this. She's like, I think we can do it by October. And I was like, oh, okay, we're already going on to the next one. All right. So,
sorry, I'm a goal-oriented check.
2 months in a row for the senior home office senior executive tour.
It's going to be the next thing. Yeah. So it's good to have someone that like pushes you and just is like, okay, this is what we're going to do next. And just, my time right now, I feel horrible for my team because I feel like I'm dropping the ball because I'm never home and I'm having to go dogs and do all these other things. But they know whenever they have a question, just come to me or ask our group. And our group is fantastic on just helping everyone out. And it's more than just selling nails and
Yeah.
promotions and stuff like that. It's a whole environment, and
Yeah, it's a community.
Yeah, we have a good time with it, and we're going to Punta Cana. I mean,
Right?
I've never been paid to go on a trip. Like nobody's ever
Right?
paid for my trip. I always pay for the trip. So I was like, what? We can get paid to go on a trip? So all this is new to us. So we've got our eyes set, and we're competitive. So we'll make it happen.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah.
But I love that
The other
everything
thing,
you've
personal
said
growth
is
too.
not.
We do talk about
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Personal growth. We also we touch base about personal growth too, because so many people on our team have never done anything like this before. So we do a lot of that conversation also in our. It's not just nail polish and selling and things. We talk personal growth too, and getting mindsets and things. We do work a lot on that as well. So then I'll shut up. Sorry.
No, that's all. This is great. And the thing is it's nothing. Again, I think people they see your story and they want the magic answer, right? It's a magic bean you guys found, and it, through the stalk, and you find it, right? But it truly is the same. You guys have done the same things that we have so many trainings on, which is setting goals, working hard, blocking your time, making sure you fit it in your life. I mean, it's all the stuff we talk about, but you guys have done it very, very well, and you stick to it. And like you said, you're determined, you're going to make it happen. So that's really what a big difference is for a lot of people. It's one thing to write a goal. It's another thing to act on it. And so clearly the acting on it has worked well for both of you. Yeah. So congratulations to both you guys. I love hearing your story. I know some people have commented over here. This is great. People will be able to come back and rewatch it. So I appreciate your time, and I'm just so thrilled at where you guys are going, and can't wait to see you just soaring all the way to the top.
Love it.
Thank you.
So, thank you guys.
Thanks for all you do too. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I love doing it too. So
awesome.
But yeah, thanks you guys. I appreciate it. And I'm going to end our broadcast here. Okay. But you'll still be on, so I can hang on. All right. Bye, beautifully polished.